Hello everybody, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. If you're new here, my name is Renata. If you're not, thank you so much for returning. In today's video, I wanted to talk about some of my favorite plants, some of the plants that have been giving me the most joy in October. Please excuse the animal noises in the background. The puppy here just wants to play with the kitty, and the kitty does not want to play with him. She's an old lady, she's 16, and she wants to just live her life the way she'd been living it before the puppy came. Bertie! Bertie! The puppy's name is Bertie. Bertie! No, Bertie, don't chew on the microphone either. So we will see how it goes with this little one here. Come on, get up on the sofa and stay there. Yeah. Here, play with my flip-flop. Chew on my old flip-flop. This is what he has done to my flip-flop. They were getting worn out, so I didn't mind when he started chewing on them, but he really has put them through the ringer. And I guess I need to buy new flip-flops next year. Anyway, let's get back to plants, talking about the plants that are bringing me joy in October. So the first few we're going to do on the floor, and then I'm going to take you off the tripod and stand up and show you a couple plants that are too large for me to bring over here. So the first plant, I already featured it in my August faves, but it's just still bringing me so much joy, and that is my lemon lime maranta. And if you look back at the August faves, it has grown a little bit since August. So I just really love, I really love the light green and dark green combination. I love the veination on it. I just think it's so beautiful. And as I said back in August, I was not a huge fan of marantas until I got this one. I may have since gone a little maranta crazy. I think my next video I'm going to show off a bunch of new plants that I got. So yeah, this is the first one. I still love it for all the same reasons I loved it before. I just think it's so beautiful. The leaves are so soft, and I just really love it. So there it is in all its glory. The next plant is, oh Poppy. The next plant is not Bertie, although I really love Bertie too. The next plant is this Tradescantia. I don't know what kind of Tradescantia it is, but it needs a little bit of pruning because it's getting quite long, and where it sits, it's starting to grow over some other plants. But again, with this one, I love the green and white variegation on the leaves. I think it's so beautiful. It's a very spring-like plant, and I know we're in spooky season, but I don't know, it's just been bringing me joy every time I look over and see it and see how long it is, how luscious it's gotten, how well it's growing. The other thing I really love about it is the pot it's in. I don't know if you can see, it's got a little face on it. There we go. It's such a cute little pot. So there, you can see the little face on it. It's such a cute little pot. A friend gave it to me. She had had some trouble growing plants in it. So far, I've not had any troubles with this pot. I did fill the base with some orchid bark before I put soil in, so that there is quite a bit of really good drainage down at the bottom, so the roots aren't just sitting in water. But this plant has been doing quite well in this pot, and it's growing marvelously. I think I'm going to prune it back soon. Bertie, you do not want to chew on my plant. Bertie has been discovering that plants are fun to chew on. Bertie has also discovered that the wire for one of my grow lights, the ones in my cabinet, were really good to chew on while I was not home yesterday. And he chewed all the way through the wire. So I just had to order new grow lights for my cabinet, which is not something I wanted to have to do. But it's how it goes with a little puppy. It's how it goes with a little puppy. Yes, it's how it goes. All right, the next plant I wanted to show you is, go on Bertie, get up there. The next plant I want to show you is my devil's backbone. And I just think it's so neat how zigzaggy the stems are. Devil's backbone is a succulent, and I just think the zigzag stems are so striking. And I also really like the veination. Well, it's not veination, it's really variegation. But I like that it has that sort of darker green in the middle, and then it's lighter green on the outside. I've had this plant for about 3 years now. And when I first got it, I really couldn't figure out how to handle it. It stopped growing for me. It started losing all its leaves. I had it in a low light spot, and I probably didn't water it enough. But I thought, well, it's a succulent, it can take some drying out. Uh-oh. Bertie, no. Sorry, he just found the mic and pulled on the mic and sent the camera flying. I mean, twisting around on the tripod. Oh, Bertie. Oh, so many adventures with the puppy. Anyway, so I've had this plant. It took me a long time to figure out how to grow it well. I had it in too low light. I wasn't watering it appropriately. I think it was not enough, but it may have been too much. I don't know. I finally transferred it to semi-hydro and transferred it to a place where it got more light. And it took about a year for it to get used to being transferred to semi-hydro. It did not really like getting transferred. I never really lost the plant completely, but it was not happy. It just didn't do anything for a while. And then in this past year, especially this summer, it has grew from being about yay so big, doubled in size. It's just gone crazy. Bertie, no, stay away from the mic. It's just gone absolutely insane with its growth in this past year, especially over the summer, as I said. And it sort of takes over where it's located, and I am not fully sure whether I should cut it back, try to get it to be a little bushier. I need to find out more about caring, like if I can propagate it by stem cutting or if I have to propagate it by separating out stems. Because if I can propagate by stem cutting, I will prune it back for sure and then give cuttings away or sell cuttings. But if I can't propagate it by stem cutting, I will probably just keep it growing big and wild. So Yeah, that is my devil's backbone, and it brings me so much joy. I really love, like I said, I really love how zigzaggy the stem is. I love the variegation on it. I love that it's kind of crazy and wild. And I know it's not an uncommon plant. I know it's not a rare plant, but it's not a plant I have often seen for sale. So I kind of like that it's a little bit unusual that way. I kind of like that the way I have it right now. It looks like a miniature tree, actually. Kind of really enjoying that in the viewfinder. Oh, puppies. Oh, puppies. Oh, puppies. You are so cute, puppies. Yes. So that is the devil's backbone. Hey, no, don't chew on that plant. We've talked about chewing on plants before, Bertie. We've talked about this. The next plant I wanted to show you is not my newest plant, although last week it probably was my newest plant. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, Bertie's got to go so that I can fill up the plant. Sorry, Bertie boy. Okay. So, I know I showed this plant in my last video, just as an update on a new plant I got. It's a Monstera Burl Marx Flame. And I know that maybe right now it doesn't look like much, but since I bought it, it gave me a new leaf. Oh, Bertie. He's so cute and sitting on my lap. And I don't want to disturb him, but I want to bring this closer to you. So it's given me this new leaf here. And if you look at it, you can see that it's starting to give me the splits that the Burl Marx Flame is known for. So yeah, I'm very excited to see how it sizes up. This leaf is still very new. It hasn't hardened off completely. The new leaf is much thinner than the older leaves. When they harden off, they get much thicker. I did transfer it to semi-hydro because it was growing in a self-watering pot, and it was two of the very juvenile leaves had yellowed off since I brought it home. And when I took it out of the pot, the soil at the bottom of the pot was waterlogged. I mean, like, not just wet, but waterlogged. So I transferred it to semi-hydro, and I hope that it will be happy there. I know that most monsteras do pretty well in semi-hydro, so I'm assuming this will too. And I'm very excited to watch it size up. So yeah, look, there's my exciting starting to split Burl Marx, and the puppy barking in the background, the cat again. And then the last plant that's on the floor that I want to show you is a little more spooky season appropriate. Has recently had a little bit of puppy damage also. So that is my Raven ZZ, and it's more spooky season appropriate because it's got the dark, almost black leaves. The puppy damage you can see here, he broke this, and actually this stem he broke completely off the root bulb. I just stuck it back in soil. I don't know if that'll do anything, but hopefully it might do something. But yeah, I really love how dark it is. It sits on the floor. One of the reasons it's been so damaged by the dog is that it sits on the floor behind me, and I have a magazine rack right behind it. And if he climbs over the plant and through the magazine rack, he can get to the other side of the sofa without having to go all the way around the sofa. And sometimes in his excitement to see me when I come back in the house, he prefers that route. And I wish he didn't, because there are plants on the other side of the magazine rack. One of the plants I'm going to show you later. And I think actually having brought that plant in from the outside and put it where it is has prevented him going through the magazine rack recently. But prior to bringing them inside, so prior to last weekend, this poor plant had a whole week of getting bashed about by puppy climbing through it. But I hope we're done with that for now. Anyway, there it is. This is one of the newest leaves or stalks on it. It's much taller than all the others, as you can see. These are some of the other new stalks. They're taller than the others, other older stalks. So it is starting to get tall. I'm very excited about that. I still have it growing in the pot it came in from Lowe's. In the soil it came in, it doesn't seem to mind at all, so I don't see any reason to change it. Eventually, if it gets enough stalks that it starts to take up the whole volume of the pot, I might repot it, but otherwise, these easy plants are known to be simple and pretty easy, so I'm not going to disturb it if I don't need to. It's growing well the way it is, minus the puppy damage. So there we go. So back where you were, bringing some Halloween vibes to the house. Some spooky season vibes to the house. There's not much in the way of spooky season stuff in my house. I do have this fun mug with ghosts on it, and on the bottom it has the little question mark that I believe is from Beetlejuice. But I'm not going to tip it to show you because there's tea inside and I don't want to spill tea everywhere. But yeah, let me pause this so I can take you off the tripod and show you the last few plants that I wanted to show you that are bringing me joy in October. So the first plant that I wanted to show you that's bringing me joy in October is my philodendron micans. And it is growing on top of this bookshelf. And it comes way down past my scrap paper pile, past my cookbooks, way down past my linguistics books, all the way down, almost to the floor. It had been longer before, but I pruned it back. Oh, there we go. It's down to the level of my dictionaries, which is the bottom shelf of my bookshelf. And what I love about this plant, let me get in on one leaf here. There we go. I love how velvety it is and sort of shimmery. So you can sort of see how shimmery it is when it catches the light. It's very soft. It's not like the regular heartleaf philodendrons that are, I mean, they're soft too, but they don't have this sort of velvetiness to them. Suede-y velvetiness. I like that when seen from afar, it looks really dark. So you can see it kind of looks dark, especially compared to some of the other plants up there. And as we go down, it looks darker. And then those leaves at the very bottom, those bottom three to the left, so like that one and that one and that one, when the light shines on them, I like that they have that reddish orangish tinge to them. It's just a really, really fun plant. It's very easygoing because it is just a hybrid of a heartleaf philodendron. So it grows as easily as a heartleaf philodendron. Bertie! Bertie! I think he's playing with one of his toys. He's got the zoomies now. So there it is. Beautiful, beautiful plant. Easy to grow, easy to care for, not very demanding. And this one I've had for about 2.5, 3 years, I would say. And in that time it has grown. It had been trailing on the floor before I pruned it back. So, yeah. So it's just nice and easy going. All right, I'm gonna pause you again while I move on to the next plant. The next plant I wanna show you is this Schefflera, but it's not the regular Schefflera. Gosh, I can't remember what the name of the regular Schefflera is, but it's this Schefflera that has these very large leaves. Right now they're very shiny because I had sprayed them with that mineral oil, water, rubbing alcohol, dish soap spray to treat for any pests. But I just think it's really beautiful. I mean, it looks like an umbrella tree. It looks like a Schefflera, but with those huge, huge leaves. It does have some yellowing leaves at the bottom. All of my plants that were outside over the summer suffered a little bit from neglect because I really neglected watering them, and we had a very dry summer here. But all the same, look at how beautiful that is. I really like that the petioles are that pretty red color, and then those large leaves, but it has that umbrella tree shape to it. And I bought this plant, let's say 1.5 years ago, and I'd say it has grown, well, this from here up is new growth. Probably not all from the summer, new growth from the last 2 years. So that is my beautiful Schefflera, whose name I don't remember, but I will put on the screen. In fact, it will have already shown on the screen by the time I say this. And then we're gonna move on to the last plant I wanna show you today. The last plant I wanna show you today is my Ficus Audrey. And the Ficus Audrey is also looking very shiny these days because it also has that mineral oil, rubbing alcohol, dish soap, and water spray on it, so it's got a little coating of oil. But I love the Ficus Audrey because I love the veins. I love how soft and velvety they are. Oh, there's the kitty cat. I think that's her first time appearing in one of my videos. Ugh, my fingers are a little greasy. But so that is the Ficus Audrey. And she is also fairly large. I can't back up enough to get it all in for you, into the viewfinder for you, because my space is a little crowded. Bertie. But I would say, again, I've owned this plant for about 1 year. Yeah, I bought it last summer. And this, from here to the top, is on new growth this summer. Similarly, from about here to the top is new growth this summer. So it's growing very well for me. It's sizing up really nicely. I did not buy it as a small plant, nor was the Schefflera a very small plant when I bought it. Oh, Bertie, hello, boy. No, don't chew the microphone. So yeah, that is my Ficus Audrey. And I just think it's so beautiful, such a beautiful plant with those beautiful light green veins and then the dark green leaves and that velvetiness. I think it's one of my favorite ficuses. I do love the Ficus shaveriana a lot, but I think this might be my favorite. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these two plants when they get a little larger, because they're sort of taking up all the space in my living room. And just a quick note, look at what Birdie did to my Anthurium clarinervium. He chewed away the corner there. Pesky puppy. But yeah, and again, the Ficus Audrey, you can see it has some yellowing leaves. I think it's a combination of sun stress, because I had it out in a pretty bright location and not watering it enough this summer. But it's also kind of random. It's not the oldest, lowest leaves. So I'm going to keep my eye on it and see if I see any signs of pests or anything else. But yeah, there it is. Gorgeous, gorgeous tree. And the gorgeous, gorgeous Schefflera. And now that I've brought them inside, it makes me really happy. So those are the plants of October that are bringing me joy. It's a pretty quick video. It really is difficult to find plants that I haven't already shown you that are also bringing me joy, and I don't want to just show you the same plants over and over again. But these ones, the ones I brought in from the outdoors, the Maranta is just, wow, it's blowing my mind. The Raven ZZ is just vibes for the fall, vibes for spooky season. The Burl Marks Flame, I just can't believe they had them at Lowe's. I mean, I can now because everything is getting put into tissue culture, but still, I'm pretty excited that I own one. The Tradescantia, it just looks beautiful cascading down where I have it growing. The puppy is just so cute. Yeah, she's just so cute. He brings me a lot of joy every day. He also brings me a lot of frustration. But he's much better sized and suited to my house than Diablo was. And so the damage he does to plants is less than Diablo did. But I'm sure I will have other plant issues. Excuse me, don't chew on my slipper. Excuse me, boy, don't chew on my slipper. He's 13 weeks old, almost 13 and a half weeks old. So everything is getting chewed. Furniture, wires, plants, me, his toys. The cat has not gotten chewed, but I'm waiting for her to properly swat at him with her claws, because mostly she's a very sweet cat, so she doesn't swat with her claws drawn very often. She was only once swatted me with her claws drawn, and it was the first day I brought Birdie home. But otherwise she normally swats without her claws drawn, so he hasn't yet learned that when she swats him, she means business. But one day he will learn, and then he will eventually learn to leave her alone, and she can have her life in peace. But they're about the same size. He weighs a half a pound more than she does. But because she's fluffy, she looks like she's bigger than he is. But they're about the same size, so eventually he will learn that she is an old lady who just wants to retire in peace and doesn't want to have to play with a puppy. In the meanwhile, he can destroy my chancla over there, my flip-flop. I have chancla on the mind as the name for them for the last few days, because a friend came over who was Mexican, and he said something about the puppy destroying my chanclas, and ever since then I've just had that word in my head. But yes, they're flip-flops in English, at least in American English. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to talk to you about my plants today. So I hope everybody has a great day. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like my videos, please subscribe. It means a lot to me. I really appreciate it when you do subscribe or hit the like button. I know Bertie will enjoy it too. He will appreciate it. He's a dog. He has no idea that he will appreciate it, but I will tell him he will appreciate it. And yeah, have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.